Hello, I'm Dr. Miles Monroe, a servant of God, a teacher of purpose, and a voice for leadership and kingdom living. Welcome to Dr. Miles Monroe Speaks, a channel dedicated to unlocking the greatness within you. Here, you will discover powerful messages on purpose, leadership, vision, destiny, and the unshakable principles of the kingdom of God. You were never created to chase survival. You were designed to fulfill destiny. But destiny doesn't answer to wishes. It answers to vision. It responds to discipline. And it is only delivered through consistency. You can pray all day, but without structure, you'll perish with potential still locked inside of you. Purpose is not fulfilled by emotion. It is fulfilled by commitment. I once met a man who spent 40 years working a job he hated, building a life he never wanted, and dreaming dreams he never pursued. He told me I had big plans, but life got in the way. No, my friend, life didn't get in the way. He lost his vision. And where there is no vision, people don't just perish. They settle. They shrink. And worst of all, they die full. Every individual enters the world full of untapped potential, filled with unique gifts, dreams, and abilities. But potential on its own is like raw material. Valuable, yes, but unused unless shaped and directed. It is vision that gives shape to that potential. Vision is the ability to see beyond your current circumstances. It's a mental picture of a future that doesn't yet exist, but is so powerful that it pulls you forward. Vision gives life focus. It gives each decision a sense of direction. Without it, people can become busy but not effective, active but not purposeful. They may spend years working hard, yet remain unfulfilled because they never truly knew where they were going. Vision brings clarity in the midst of confusion. It helps you prioritize what matters most. When you know what you're aiming for, you stop chasing every opportunity and begin filtering your choices. It narrows your path, not to limit you, but to sharpen your progress. It acts like a compass, pointing you toward the direction of your calling. And in life, there's nothing more dangerous than speed without direction. Vision ensures that all your energy is moving towards something meaningful. However, vision by itself is not enough. Many people have dreams. They imagine a better life, a greater future, a legacy to leave behind. They get excited about what could be. But excitement fades. Emotion runs out. And this is where many dreams die. In the gap between intention and action. That's where discipline comes in. Discipline is the structure you build around your vision. It's the daily decision to act in alignment with your goals, even when it's hard, even when no one is watching. It's easy to be motivated when things are going well, but discipline shows up when motivation doesn't. Discipline is the ability to train your appetites, to master your time, your emotions, your habits. It's the choice to study when you'd rather sleep, to work when you'd rather play, to stay silent when you're tempted to respond in anger. It is not something that just happens to you. It is something you choose every day. And each time you choose discipline, you strengthen your character. You increase your capacity. You move closer to your vision. But even discipline is not the final ingredient. There is one more, and it's what separates those who start strong from those who finish well. Consistency. Consistency is the quiet force behind every success story. It's not glamorous and it's rarely applauded, but it is powerful. Anyone can be great for a moment, but true greatness is found in those who can be excellent over time. Consistency is doing the right thing repeatedly, even when results are not immediate. It's showing up again and again and again. Trusting that the process is working even when the progress is invisible. Most people give up too soon. Not because their dreams were impossible, but because they lacked consistency. They started with passion, but without the patience to endure. Consistency demands endurance. It tests your will. It asks, can you keep doing the work even when it's boring? Can you keep walking when the path feels slow? Can you keep believing when the outcome looks uncertain? If you can, then you have tapped into a force stronger than talent, louder than motivation, and more rewarding than any shortcut. Vision without discipline is daydreaming. Discipline without consistency is frustration. But when all three work together, when a person carries a clear vision, lives by daily discipline, and sustains it through unwavering consistency, they become unstoppable. They rise above excuses. They overcome setbacks. They build a life not on luck, but on purpose. And they do not just impact their own destiny. They inspire others to do the same. The future belongs to those who are willing to commit to the long road. It's not the smartest or the most gifted who win in the end. It's the ones who kept going. The ones who didn't give up. The ones who understood that real success takes time and were willing to pay the price daily. No shortcut can replace the power of steady progress, and no overnight success ever lasts without the foundation of vision, discipline, and consistency. So, if you have a dream, don't just wish for it. Build a vision around it. Discipline yourself to live according to that vision. And most importantly, be consistent. Success will not come all at once, but it will come. Because those who move with vision, live with discipline, and walk with consistency always arrive where they were meant to be. Every human being carries within them a unique potential, a reservoir of gifts, talents, and dreams that are waiting to be expressed. But potential, no matter how great, remains dormant unless it is given a direction. That direction comes from vision. Vision is the ability to see beyond what is. It is the mental image of what could be, what should be, and what must be. It pulls you into the future, offering a reason to rise, to strive, and to press forward. Vision fuels purpose. It's the difference between wandering through life and walking with intention. When a person has vision, life begins to take shape. It creates focus. It helps you identify what is essential and what is merely a distraction. It doesn't mean the path will always be easy, but it ensures that the path is meaningful. Without vision, people drift. They move from one thing to the next, always chasing, never building. Vision anchors you. It provides a sense of calling, of something greater than the moment. But vision alone is not enough. In fact, a vision without discipline is like a map without the will to walk, inspiring, but ultimately ineffective. This is why discipline is so essential. Discipline is the bridge between vision and accomplishment. It is what carries the dreamer from imagination to realization. It is the daily decision to stay the course, to act in alignment with your highest goals, even when the circumstances are unfavorable. Discipline doesn't wait for convenience. It doesn't ask if you feel like it. It simply shows up again and again, committed to the work. While vision defines where you're going, discipline shapes how you get there. It is in the hours of unseen labor, in the quiet choices when no one else is watching, that discipline is formed. Discipline is more than just structure. It is self-mastery. It is choosing long-term gain over short-term pleasure. It is the strength to say no when distractions call your name, and the courage to say yes to what you know you must do. It's easy to get excited about a new idea, but only discipline will carry that excitement through the monotony of daily routine. Because the truth is, even the best vision will be tested. Life will present obstacles, detours, and disappointments. And when it does, it's not the intensity of your desire that will carry you. It's the strength of your discipline. Still, discipline alone isn't enough either. To truly see the fruit of vision and discipline, there must be consistency. Consistency is the hidden ingredient behind every success that seems sudden. It is the daily application of discipline. Not for a week or a month, but for as long as it takes. It is the commitment to progress even when progress seems slow. Consistency is what turns action into habit and habit into lifestyle. It doesn't shout. It doesn't seek attention, but it delivers results. Many people fail not because they lack talent or intelligence, but because they lack consistency. They start strong but don't finish. They get distracted. They grow impatient. They let emotions lead them rather than commitment. But true transformation happens in the day. In day-out repetition of the right actions. Success is not found in doing something once. It is found in doing the right thing over and over until it becomes who you are. When vision is clear, discipline is strong, and consistency is steady, something powerful happens. You begin to see results. You build character. You earn trust from others and from yourself. You start to experience the joy of momentum, of knowing that your effort is not wasted. You stop reacting to life and begin shaping it. You move from hoping for change to being the change. You stop relying on motivation and start relying on conviction. This journey isn't glamorous. It won't always be fun. There will be days when giving up seems easier. There will be moments when no one believes in you, and even you start to doubt. But if you hold on to the vision, if you continue to discipline your choices, and if you remain consistent in your actions, you will accomplish more than you ever imagined. You will not only reach your goals, you will grow into the kind of person who is capable of more than you thought possible. The world doesn't reward the idea. It rewards the execution. It rewards those who do the work. So if you want to accomplish something great, don't just dream. Decide, commit. Show up. Do the work, even when it's hard, even when it's slow, even when no one is clapping. Let your vision lead you, your discipline shape you, and your consistency build you. Because that's how success is born. Not overnight, but every single day. Every person has been given the ability to dream, to imagine a future beyond their present. Within each of us is a seed of greatness, a vision of what we could become or what we could build. Vision is more than just ambition. It is more than a hope or a wish. It is a mental picture of a preferred future that gives direction to our lives. It gives meaning to our work and purpose to our effort. A person without vision may be active, but they lack direction. They may work hard, but without a target, their energy becomes scattered. Vision gives you a reason to endure, a reason to rise when life knocks you down. It answers the question, why does this matter? Without that clarity, it's easy to be distracted, to lose focus, or even to settle for less. But even the clearest and most powerful vision will amount to nothing without the discipline to pursue it. Discipline is the ability to stay committed to what matters most. It is the strength to delay gratification, to say no to distractions, and to push forward even when the excitement is gone. It means making the tough decisions that align with your vision, not just the convenient ones. It means managing your time, your emotions, your impulses, and sometimes even your relationships in a way that supports your highest goals. Discipline isn't always visible, and it's rarely applauded, but it's always necessary. It's what turns ideas into progress and plans into reality. Without discipline, vision remains potential, unfulfilled, unexpressed, and unrealized. Still, discipline by itself is not enough. There is something even more powerful, something that few people truly master. Yet it's the one trait that separates those who dream from those who actually achieve. That trait is consistency. Consistency is the quiet force that compounds effort into success. It is not about doing something big once. It is about doing something small every day until it becomes something big. Success doesn't usually arrive in a dramatic moment. It shows up slowly, over time, through 1,000 quiet choices, 1,000 daily repetitions, 1,000 moments when you decided to stay the course. Consistency is what takes the power of vision and the strength of discipline and multiplies their impact over time. It's the daily workout, the daily reading, the daily investment in your skills, your character, your mindset. These small acts may seem insignificant on their own, but they are not isolated. They build on each other. Every small win contributes to a larger victory. Every moment of showing up adds to the foundation. This is what it means when we say consistency compounds results. What you do consistently you become. The mistake most people make is expecting results too soon. They look for dramatic changes after a short burst of effort. When they don't see quick success, they give up and declare that the process doesn't work. But the truth is, the process always works if you keep working it. Growth is not always visible in the beginning. Like seeds under the soil, progress often happens out of sight before it breaks through. The key is not to stop, not to quit, not to doubt the slow days. Because with consistency, the small becomes strong, the weak becomes wise, and the ordinary becomes exceptional. Think about the power of compounding in the financial world. A small investment made consistently over time becomes something massive. Not because of how much was added, but because of how often. The same principle applies to life, to habits, to success. It's not about perfection, it's about repetition. It's not about intensity once, it's about faithfulness every day. That's what consistency looks like. Not flashy, not dramatic, but powerful beyond words. And yes, it will be hard. There will be days when you don't feel like showing up. Days when no one notices your efforts. Days when results feel far away. But those are the days that matter most. Because anyone can be consistent when things are easy. Real growth happens when you choose to be consistent when it's hard. That's when your discipline is tested. That's when your vision is refined. That's when your character is shaped. The beautiful thing about vision, discipline, and consistency is that they work together. One feeds the other. Vision inspires discipline. Discipline enables consistency. And consistency delivers results. Together, they create unstoppable momentum. You don't need to have everything figured out right now. You just need to have a clear picture of where you're going, the discipline to take the next right step, and the consistency to keep walking. If you do that, success is not just possible, it's inevitable. So stay focused, stay disciplined, stay consistent, and trust that every small effort done over time is building something far greater than you can see today. Every person is born with potential, a deep, often unseen well of abilities, gifts, and ideas. But potential on its own is not enough. Potential only becomes power when it is given a direction, a structure, and a rhythm. That's why vision, discipline, and consistency must work together. They are not separate ideas, but three forces that, when united, create real transformation. Take one away, and the process breaks down. Keep all three aligned, and there's almost nothing that cannot be achieved. Vision is where it all begins. It is the image you carry in your mind of the future you want to create. It is your why, your focus, your direction. Vision is what fuels passion and gives meaning to effort. Without vision, life can feel like a series of meaningless routines, full of motion but lacking progress. Vision gives you something to move toward, something bigger than the moment. It sets the standard for your decisions and keeps you grounded in purpose when distractions arise. It inspires hope and ambition. But vision by itself is not enough. Many people have powerful dreams, strong desires, and noble goals, yet their lives remain unchanged because vision without action is just imagination. This is where discipline steps in. Discipline is the decision to live in a way that supports your vision, even when it's uncomfortable or inconvenient. Discipline demands sacrifice. It means choosing what you want most over what you want now. While vision is inspiring, discipline is demanding. It shows up in the small, often unnoticed choices you make every day. It's waking up early to work on your goals, saying no to short-term temptations, staying focused when your emotions try to pull you off course. Discipline isn't glamorous. No one claps for you when you choose to stay in and study instead of going out. But discipline builds strength. The kind of inner strength that shapes your character and earns results. Still, even vision and discipline are not enough unless you bring in consistency. Consistency is where true growth happens. Anyone can be disciplined for a day. Anyone can be motivated for a week. But consistency is about who you become when you Show up again and again and again. Even when no one is watching, even when the results are slow, even when the excitement has faded. Consistency means sticking to the plan, doing the work, and honoring your commitment, not once, but every single day. It's brushing up your skills when you're tired. It's practicing when you don't feel like it. It's trusting the process, even when the progress is invisible. That's where success is built, in the quiet, persistent, unshakable repetition of doing the right things over time. These three elements must operate together. Vision gives you the target. Discipline gives you the power to pursue it. Consistency gives you the endurance to reach it. Remove any one of them, and the entire journey is weakened. Vision without discipline is just wishful thinking. Discipline without vision is exhausting and directionless. Consistency without vision or discipline can become routine without purpose. But when all three are working in harmony, the results are powerful and lasting. Real success is never the result of a single moment. It's the product of years of focus, sacrifice, and persistence. It's built on a foundation of vision, a compelling picture of what's possible. It's reinforced through discipline, the daily choices that shape your behavior and sharpen your actions. And it is brought to life through consistency, the daily repetition that turns small efforts into lasting impact. Nothing worthwhile is built overnight. Everything meaningful takes time, patience, and faithfulness. Many people underestimate the power of consistency because it's quiet. It doesn't bring instant gratification. But over time, consistency will outperform talent. It will outlast luck. It will outshine bursts of motivation. A person who commits to showing up, learning, improving, and building, day after day, month after month, year after year, will achieve what others only talk about. They will grow not just in skills, but in confidence, resilience, and purpose. They become someone who doesn't just start things, but someone who finishes. When vision, discipline, and consistency work together, they change not only your outcomes, but also your identity. You begin to see yourself differently. You begin to act differently, and others begin to notice. You become someone who sets a goal and actually reaches it. Someone who is dependable, driven, and determined. Someone who doesn't just have potential, but who lives it out fully. So no matter where you are in your journey, remember this vision will show you the way. Discipline will get you moving, but only consistency will take you all the way to the end. Keep them together. Let them guide your life. And you will not just succeed, you will become everything you were born to be. You were not born to simply pass through life unnoticed, to work, to eat, to sleep, and repeat. You were born with a divine assignment. You were designed with purpose, wired for greatness, and equipped with potential far beyond what your current circumstances suggest. But hear this clearly, potential that is never harnessed becomes pain. Dreams that are never acted upon become regrets. And life without vision, discipline, and consistency becomes a slow motion tragedy. Your future is not in the hands of luck. It is not waiting in the stars. It is not buried in your past. Your future is in your hands. It is shaped by the clarity of your vision, the strength of your discipline, and the power of your consistency. These are not optional ingredients. They are non-negotiable. You cannot substitute them. You cannot borrow them. You must cultivate them. The cost of success is paid daily, not someday. The graveyard is full of unreleased books, unsung songs, unwritten strategies, unlaunched businesses, unspoken wisdom. Not because people didn't want to do something great, but because they never made the choice to become disciplined. And they never stayed consistent long enough to see it come to life. Don't let your vision die with you. Don't let your purpose be buried beneath your excuses. You may not control the winds of life, but you absolutely control how you set your sail. The storms will come. They always do. But storms reveal whether your vision was real or just noise. Whether your discipline was rooted or reactive. Whether your consistency was a lifestyle or a short, lived intention. And that's the beauty of this process. What you build in secret will sustain you in public. What you master in silence will promote you in seasons of exposure. The world is not moved by people who talk, but by those who act, and act with purpose. Success doesn't respond to talent alone. It responds to principles. Principles don't care about your background, your upbringing, or what went wrong in your life. They work for anyone who works them. That means vision will lift anyone who carries it with clarity. Discipline will mold anyone who embraces it with humility. Consistency will reward anyone who walks in it with endurance. There is no favoritism in purpose, only fruitfulness through process. You were not called to blend in. You were called to stand out, and not for ego, but for impact, for legacy, for destiny. You were born to lead, to change something, to build something, to break cycles, to ignite hope, to raise standards. You cannot do that with a lazy mind and an undisciplined life. You cannot do that by living in bursts of passion, but lacking roots in principle. Real power comes not from what you do occasionally, but what you commit to relentlessly. The race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, but to the one who endures to the end. And if you want to endure, you need more than hype. You need habits. You need a vision that pulls you forward when life tries to pull you down. You need discipline that keeps you grounded when emotions try to lead you astray. And you need consistency that keeps showing up when motivation takes a day off. This is your time to take responsibility for your gift. The world is waiting. There's a version of you this world has not met yet. A focused, disciplined, and unshakably consistent you. And when you meet that version of yourself, you won't just succeed. You will inspire others to rise too. Because purpose is contagious. Vision is magnetic. And a consistent life is louder than any speech you could ever give. So build the life you see in your spirit. Not just with energy, but with strategy. Not just with dreams, but with decisions. Because at the end of your life, you will not be remembered for what you started, but for what you stayed with. You will not be measured by how much you hoped, but by how much you honored what was given to you. As the saying goes, success is never owned. It is rented. And the rent is due every day. Pay that rent. Not just with your words, but with your work, with your integrity, with your faithfulness. Let your life become the proof that vision still works, that discipline still matters, and that consistency still wins. Start now. Stay focused. Finish strong. And never forget, greatness is not a destination. It's a decision made daily. And that decision is in your hands.